What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got a hot replay to show you guys. If you get triggered by burn decks, you might need some burn heal after this replay, because this is it's nurse burn. I know everyone hates playing against that damn deck, and I do too, but this is a little different. It's actually a chain burn, nurse burn kind of like hybrid deck, but it runs a bunch of the Dark Lord supports. Konami recently did something very, very stupid, in my opinion. I don't think that they really knew what they were doing, but they turned Nurse into an official Dark Lord card, and that is just a terrible mistake. And the reason that is because everyone already hated playing against Nurse Burn, right? And Nurse Burn always had to run a bunch of cards like Magical Mallet and Reload to try and open with the Nurse turn one. And, you know, Pot of Desires was kind of risky in the deck, because what if you banish two Nurses, and then what if the other one's at the bottom of your deck? You could basically just lose. But now, because of the Dark Lord support out of Destiny Soldiers, guys, they can just search Nurse. They can activate this card Banishment, and bam, you instantly have the Nurse. And that is just scary, because Nurse can be kind of like an FTK-ish type card. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll this, and you guys will see that the core and the kind of mindset of the deck is pretty much the same. Just draw a billion cards, get to your Nurse, and then go for a bunch of burn damage. But my homeboy Naturia Hornbeetle, or we just call him Yugi Fan on my stream, he actually built it to be a little more like, you know, it doesn't have to auto lose going second. So he put in kind of a bunch of chain burn cards. You see the Ring of Destruction off of the duality. You see the, what's it called, the Magic Cylinders. He'll play some Secret Barrels as well, even when his Nurse dies, because again, that's why you don't always want to build your Nurse burn as just kind of FTK or bust type deck, because sometimes when your Nurse doesn't go off turn one, you just lose. So you see him here, he still feels like he's in comfortable control. He activates the Secret Barrel, does a bunch of burn damage, activates the Magic Cylinder. I mean, and look guys, he's only played 2 cards and his opponent is already at 3,300. Like, come on, man. This is why everyone hates playing against this deck, especially, you know, game 1, when you know that you don't have any side, where you have to like in-phase Twin Twister them or just get blown out. And you see he only has 4 cards, but Card Demise, like one of the best recovery cards in the game. Like, you don't even need things like Pot of Desires for this deck, because you just have so much draw support. In addition, because he runs Ishel, if you draw 2 copies of Nurse and you know you're only going to normal summon one of them, you just activate Ishel and draw a bunch of cards. So you see here, he tries the Regeki, but that's not going to happen. He has the double gift card and basically GG no Re. I think he had about 3,300 light points left, which means that one of the gift cards would have done 3,000 damage. And then even if he would have taken the Nurse, it wouldn't have mattered, because when this entire chain resolved, obviously the Secret Barrel would have just burnt them out anyway. So you also get to punish people for going plus, for playing things like Pot of Desires, by just playing Secret Barrel and just burning them or just blowing them out. And there's not a lot of ways to play against annoying cards like Magic Cylinder. Are you only going to attack with like Kirin or Dark Destroyer? That's not a very like practical win condition. So this deck actually got a significant buff. And if you guys wanted to play the deck as kind of like more of the FTK variant, you could obviously play like Try and Guess. That would make it a little more, you know, like focused on FTKing your opponent. Just make sure you just pick up a whole bunch of like fusion cards for, I don't think any, unless you run into like, even Fluffles might play a couple of Xyz, so it's really not going to matter or anything like that. So anyways, this is kind of like the deck profile. It probably can be improved upon. Again, if you wanted to make it more of just go first and try and go off, I would probably say, you know, take out things like Just Desserts, take out the Chain Strike, put in some Try and Guesses, and make your deck more focused around that. But the fact that this card is now searchable is very, very scary to me, because now things like Magical Mallet and Reload, cards that were pretty much just bad in general, but you had to run them, you really don't have to run them anymore. You can just run Casting Out, or you can just run Banishment and just search this card. So I don't know, guys. You guys might run into this deck. It kind of sucks, because I don't side for burn ever. I just, you know, if I happen to run into burn, I basically just like, all right, you can have it, I'll take the L. So anyways, I just wanted to show you guys this deck, and shame on Konami. I don't even care if this card was supposed to be a Dark Lord. They still shouldn't have done it. They should just know that no one likes playing against Nurse Burn. They should have been like, nope, we're not gonna make you better if we can actually, if we have something to say about it, we're not gonna make Nurse Burn better. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already.